Welcome in, race fans, here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. The Salt Flat Iroc Series is back in action here, and we have coming to a brand new track that we have never been to before. They call it the Milwaukee Mile up here in Wisconsin at the Wisconsin Fairgrounds. So, race fans, I hope you're ready for some side-by-side Iroc racing action with some of the best sim racers out there on the iRacing.com platform. And tonight, up in the booth to call the whole race, I'm Roger Muth, and right alongside me, it is Greg O'Berry. Greg, not able to get out there at the Milwaukee Mile behind the wheel, but you're up here in the booth tonight to call all the racing action. It's a very tricky track for all 21 drivers that have logged in here to the server.
It is. This is one of the tracks that I really enjoyed running the street stocks on. It's big enough to get some speed on it, but it does take a lot of technicality to get through the corners good and maintain good speed. It'll be a good show for sure.
Well, we're going to have to see how a couple of these drivers do handle the pressure here at Milwaukee. It's not a track that a lot of drivers usually run on the iRacing platform, and tonight a couple of these drivers, actually I talked with a couple of them, had to go and purchase this track right before we launched the session here tonight. We did have a little bit of an issue launching the session, some rain in the Milwaukee area. You do see the sun is out here, beautifully shining down here on the speedway right now. Then you see a couple of those drivers down on pit road, a couple of them out on track, like, well, this man, Cole Day. He comes into today as your points championship leader. He comes in with a 20-point lead over Josiah Millen and Jordan Smith. Those are the only three drivers that have victories here this season in the Iroc Series, and they are 1, 2, and 3 on the championship board. Sitting in that fourth position is last year's champion. That's Randy Johnson. Right now I'm paging through, and I do see Randy Johnson. He's way down the speed charts here tonight. Another driver that doesn't have very many laps here at the Milwaukee Mile. Sitting in fifth is going to be Cody Levitt. Donald Bennett is sixth in the championship hunt. Darrell Clauder is seventh. Quincy Atkins is eighth. Tied for eighth is Jeff Bergner after his last week's podium finish. He jumped up 11 positions in the championship standings. Rounding out the top 10, the man out of Georgia, that's Lynn McNeese. He is sitting there 10th in the points. But, Greg, we have a really big battle for that second, third, and fourth position. They are all separated by just 8 points.
Yeah, these guys race really good, really clean, and it's always a tight points battle here because, one guy might have a bad race, but everybody just seems to find their way back to the top and keep it pretty even.
Qualifying will be coming up next here in just a little bit. But, race fans, you know what really keeps all of us amped up here on the Turn 3 Racing Network? Raise Energy. If you're an energy drinker or, well, you need just a little pick-me-up in the morning. Maybe you're headed to the gym in just a little bit. Head on over to repsports.com. Click on the Raise Energy drink side of things, and on checkout, whether you're getting your creatine, your sleep powder, they have some sleeping powder, and it actually does work, race fans, or you just need your Raise Energy. Type in UTWRX on checkout. Receive 15% on your checkout, courtesy of the Salt Flat Iroc Series. But you know what? Let's head to qualifying here in just a couple of moments, so let's take a step away, and we'll be right back here after the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
Welcome back here to Milwaukee. Race fans, qualifying is just underway, and here's the driver that's out on track. He doesn't have very much experience on this track. It is the driver of the 75. You are watching Quincy Atkins. He is one of the rookies here this season. He's a big super late model driver down there in North Carolina, I believe it is, Greg, but this Milwaukee track, he's only ever visited here in the iRacing sim.
Yeah, something about Quincy, though, I don't remember. I believe it was Milwaukee. It may have been Gateway. We ran an off-season race, and he and I raced for about 25 laps door-to-door for the lead and never touched. It was some of the best racing I've ever had on here, so look for him to do well tonight.
Well, we're going to keep an eye on that driver of the 75 here tonight. Another driver out here that's looking to try and rebound after last night. Here is the number 12. This is Randy Johnson out of the No Doubt Racing stable out of New York. Man wheeling this number 12 car. He had a couple incidents last night, and let's see if he's able to do a little bit better. Right now, he is second on the timing and scoring sheets because the man out of Georgia, he goes by the name of Lynn McNeese out of the NSRA Super Speedway stable. He is driving the 84 tonight. He is at the quick time right now. Holy cow, that boy is moving.
Yeah, I was noticing the practice tonight, the whole field from the top of the chart to the bottom was separated by about 0.7 of a second. That's a really close field for these guys, so expect it to be really close on the qualifying times as well.
New quick time out there out of Las Vegas. The deeper, darker dude, driver the 38 at Cody Levitt, goes to the top of the board. And wow, look at that. He gets bumped instantly. The almost coast number 26, who went into the stands last week here on a Wednesday night. Darrell Clauder takes the 26 to the top of the board. Does anybody else going to have anything left? And you know what? I just noticed Racing Jason Griffith Dobbs Jennings for 6 is here tonight, Greg. So he's back in action after his computer had some malfunction issues just the other week.
Randy has his teammate back, so it'll be fun to watch the two of them work together. Somebody I've got my eye on now is Jordan Smith in the 5 car. I know he's won a couple races earlier this season already in the Iroc, so it'll be cool to see what he does tonight.
And a pretty solid practice time, but that is practice, and now we stuff it looks like 22 drivers onto this Milwaukee mile to get some qualifying action in here, so he's going to have to pick up the pace because he only has, it looks like a minute and a half. He'll have plenty of time to get back around here. Smith on his first lap, though, where will he be slotted in? Looks like 5th quickest for the driver of that number 5, and it's going to be just a one and done for him. Darrell Clauder right now is holding on to the top spot, but Cole Day is out there on track. Your championship points leader has a chance here tonight to take the pole here at Milwaukee for round number 5 of the Salt Flat Iroc Series. This is season number 4. Cole Day has is one of the most winningest drivers of the Iroc we're called series, and he goes straight to the top of the board. He's going to bump Darrell Clauder down off the pole. So now Cole Day goes with a 34.01. That is a new quick time here at Milwaukee.
And just at the same time that he did that, Iroc was the last guy to post a time at a 34.566. That's good enough for 19th right now.
Yeah, Kohlhaas not getting any practice. I did see him just pull in to the server right before we went live here for the pre-race show before qualifying, and Ira Kohlhaas will come back across the line. Will it be any quicker on lap number 2? It will. It'll move him to the 18th quickest spot. Kohlhaas racing with a little bit of a heavy heart here. We talked about it last night when we brought you the Draft Top Progression Series presented by Salt Flat Racing, and unfortunately we have lost Uncle Tim, a real big part to Ira Kohlhaas's sim racing career, and Uncle Tim's funeral was today, and that's where Ira Kohlhaas just came from. So he is racing with a very, very heavy heart here tonight at Milwaukee, and he's going to be doing this one tonight. I did speak with him for Uncle Tim. So it does look like qualifying, though, will end here tonight with Cole Day sitting on the pole. 22 drivers, all 22 drivers taking a qualifying attempt to see where they will line up tonight in this 70-mile race here at Milwaukee. So as they start to grid these cars here tonight, let's take you through your Coffee and Comics starting lineup. Starting on the front row, driver of the 37. He's an engineer. He says he's got this place already figured out and mapped out in his CAD machine. This is Cole Day starting on the front row tonight. To his outside, the driver of the 26 out of Florence, almost coast driver. This is Darrell Clauder. Starting on row number 2 here tonight, driving the 38 out of Las Vegas, the Deeper Darker Do 38 teammate list here tonight. Jamie Leach making his first ever start, so Cody Levitt will roll off 3rd. Randy Johnson, driver of the number 12, the No Doubt Racing number 12 out of New York, he'll start 4th. 5th place here tonight is the NSRA Super Speedway driver, the 84 out of Georgia. This is Lynn McNeese. Starting in the 6th position, it's the driver that has the most wins this season. He's a Rookie of the Year candidate. It's the number 5 of Jordan Smith. The Old Shed, Ironton, Ohio driver, the 65, Brandon Massey, will roll off 7th. He won last night at Pocono. Josiah Millen, the Bohica Esports, Keystone Motorsports driver, the number 40, he'll roll off 8th. 9th here tonight, the No Doubt Racing, number 98 out of Tennessee. That is racing Jason Griffith Dobbs. He'll start 9th. Rounding out the top 10, the driver out of Virginia, the NSRA Super Speedway driver, the 48, that is Todd Poston. Starting in the 11th position, driver of the number 7, DraftTop.com, entry the number 7, that is Michael Bromley. He'll start 11th. 12th here tonight, driver out of Puerto Rico, TheBeastRacing.com, entry 08, Orlando Rivera. 13th on the grid tonight, out of Florida, driving the 57, he's a Rookie of the Year candidate, that is Jeff Mathis. 14th, making a back-to-back starts here for the Salt Flat Divisions. This is going to be the 22. This is Shane Mullins. 15th tonight, driver out of Utah, driving the 04 Raise Energy Drink. 04, this is Danny Valenzuela. 16th, the Keystone Motorsport entry, the number 31 Turn 3 Racing Network, Donald Bennett. 17th, Russ Hancock, the firefighter driver, in the number 19. Tonight he'll roll off 17th. The Iroc Coolhouse Spirited Struggle, Uncle Tim's number 29. He'll start 18th. 19th, Quincy Atkins got the 75, scheduled to roll off 19th. Timmy Valenzuela, 20th. 21st, going to go to Josh Taylor and the Midnight Runners, and his teammate is Jeff Bergner right there, going to hold shotgun to the field. And we are getting ready to go racing here at Milwaukee. 70 laps going to be the distance. Green flag is out, and we are racing for round number 5 of the Salt Flat Iroc Series.
Cole Day got a really great start there. Cleared the outside guy there in 2nd place, and is going to look to set sail coming off of turn 2.
Darrell Clauder going to get shuffled way to the high side. There goes Cody Levitt. Here comes Randy the Man Johnson, the big unit, trying to work his way up inside the top 3 already. A good start down the back straightaway as we're enter turn number 3. Clauder going to stay way to the high side here. Lynn McNeese is now going to look down to the bottom and look at Jordan Smith also trying to take a peek. They're going to go 3 wide out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 1 lap going to be completed here tonight in the book. Cole Day going to lead the first lap of the evening.
Just behind that 3 wide, we see last night's winner, Brandon Massey. You know, that had to get him a little on edge coming out of turn 4 to see 3 wide on the first lap like that. Just trying to get into a good rhythm here and see what he can't make up here early.
Yeah, Poston also right there in that 48. I think he's got a zombie bear behind him. Oh, wait, no, that's just Josiah Millen trying to work his way through the field. Jeff Mathis also, everybody dive it back down into turn number 3. Jordan Smith still looking to the inside. Darrell Clauder, somebody going around. It
Todd
looks
Poston.
like, oh boy, Todd Poston. It's been a rough couple of nights for Todd Poston here on the iRacing server, and well, he's not gonna bring out a yellow flag. We're actually gonna say green flag racing here at Milwaukee, but Poston's gonna lose a ton of positions. Let's take this back here on the Turn 3 Racing replay, watching that red machine right there in the middle just loses the rear end on entry of turn number 3, and when he went back to the throttle under Millen by himself, Todd Poston going to go around, but not going to bring out a yellow flag as we stay green. And your leader is still going to be Cole Day as he'll look to break the draft down the front straightaway here at Milwaukee.
He's holding serve right there at about a 2/10 to 3/10 second lead over Cody Levitt. That'll be probably a couple of guys you'll see up front all night long. Those two, they're really good at these street stocks.
Yeah, and the guy that's just trailing them, Randy Johnson, is right there. If you remember back a couple of weeks ago, we were at the Gateway or Worldwide Technology Raceway, and these 3 were up front towards the end of it, and especially Randy Johnson. He likes these flatter, a little bit narrower. You got to really manhandle the car around the raceway. He is right there running in that 3rd position. Look for him to be a factor in the late goings of this one here tonight. It's just sitting behind them, Jordan Smith. He's fallen, well, he shouldn't say fallen, but he has gained and clawed his way back up into the top 5 for the first time tonight. Lynn McNeese is sitting there in 5th, but the big loser so far, call it a loser as he's losing the most positions, that is Darrell Clauder. He is back to the 13th spot, so starting on the outside pole, and then way now outside the running for the top spot.
Yeah, I've been watching him the last handful of laps, and he has really been struggling on that outside lane, just trying to find something to make it stick. Not sure what his problem is there, but hopefully he can get something figured out and get back up towards the front.
Yeah, great qualifying attempt being kind of smeared right now. But look for Darrell Lauder to keep it clean and work his way through the field in the late runnings of this one. Quincy Atkins just went under Iroc Kohlhaas. Now here comes Jeff Bergner. Bergner looking to try and bring the 21. Remember last week, he had podiumed with that machine, finishing third. That was at the Gateway Raceway. He was able to gain the most positions and finish on the podium, and tonight he started back there shotgun to the field, and now he's already worked his way up trying to crack the top 15 here on lap number 7. He'll have the advantage to the inside of Iroc Kohlhaas, and he will be able to get past the number 29 as they come across the start finish line, and now he'll start to look to the inside in turn number 1 on Darrell Lauder. Lauder going to stay to the outside. Oh, almost contact behind them though. Josh Taylor almost into the back of the 22 of Mullins back there. They're battling for the 17th and 18th position. Josh Taylor also had to start out tail of the field tonight.
You almost wonder what kind of strategery Bergner in the 21 is trying to put to use tonight. He was the second fastest guy in practice, and then by far had the slowest qualifying attempt, almost as if that was intentional.
Oh, come on. Jeff would never butcher his qualifying attempt. Because, you know, when I come out and race with you guys sometimes over the weekends when you have practice races, I make Jeff Bergner intentionally start out back with me because, let's face it, I don't have many laps. And well, if I can get behind somebody like Jeff Bergner who drives sprint cars out there on the West Coast, you know, maybe I'll learn a thing or two. And he kind of takes that start from the rear thing kind of serious. So that's where he starts here on a Wednesday night a lot of times.
A little bit of insurance policy, I think, built into that strategy as well. Trying to take it easy in the back, and if guys are going to get crazy, let it happen well up ahead of you. But good job to these guys tonight. It's been a clean start.
And how about the driver? You say clean start. I say this is a restart. Dobbs back on the racetrack, one of the fan favorites here on a Wednesday night for the Salt Flat Iroc Series. He is running currently up into the 6th position. The driver out of Tennessee, he has worked his way up 3 spots, starting in the 9th spot here tonight. You know, having to miss 2 weeks of racing action and sitting on the sideline, it really grinded his gears. Because there's nothing more than being a competitor you want to do than come out here and race on, you know, a weekly basis. And just being sidelined really hurts.
Yeah, trust me, from first-hand experience, I can tell you it's not very much fun. But sitting up here talking about this exciting racing with you, Roger, is not a bad substitute. I'll tell you something else, though. Randy Johnson, talk about Dobbs, his teammate Randy, him and Cody Levitt are putting on one heck of a battle for that 2nd place. They have swapped spots the last 3 corners now.
Yeah, and here he comes. It looks like Levitt's going to throw a little bit of a block down coming out of turn number 4. Here they come. Johnson's going to look back down to the inside here at the Wisconsin Fairgrounds for the Milwaukee Mile, and he will dive to the inside. Will Levitt be able to cross back over out of turn number 2? It doesn't look like it, so here 11 laps. Or here on lap number 11, Randy Johnson inserts himself into the 2nd running position. That's up 2 spots. Cody Levitt falls back into the 3rd spot, but now Jordan Smith, because these two were battling, he is going to be right here. He will now pull to the back bumper of Cody Levitt, but not going to have anywhere to go just right now.
I think the only guy out here tonight that's enjoying that battle more than you and I are is Cole Day. He has watched his lead grow by about a half a second over the last couple of laps from these guys battling so hard.
Yeah, Cole Day trying to run away and hide right now is qualified on the pole and still sitting on the front spot here as we look off our drafttop.com camera facing backwards here with Cole Day while watching Randy Johnson slide that number 12. Greg, how much is Randy Johnson using up that right rear and that right front tire of that number 12 machine by sliding it through the corners?
He is definitely putting it to use. These cars are pretty tight, almost. It's really easy to overdrive them in the center of the corner here at Milwaukee because you just have to wait so long to get it to rotate. If you try to get into it and make it, you know, seem like you're making up time, you're really just wearing that right side out a good bit. And I think that is what allowed Cody to keep battling him for so long and swapping positions back and forth. Was Cody's a little smoother. I think Randy's a little bit harder here, but in the early going, you know you're going to stop and get new tires here in a few laps anyway. Go ahead and burn them up.
Yeah, a rough estimate fuel strategy. It might be just a one-stop race here. We know how these races here on a Wednesday night really come down to the fuel strategy of things. A couple of weeks ago, back when we were at Darlington, we saw Jeff Mathis almost be able to pull off one, and then we saw a couple other drivers be able to almost squeak away a win, and we saw the strategy of Josiah Millen win that race at Darlington, but maybe with just a one-stop race tonight, things are going to get very interesting because right around the halfway point is our guesstimation of maybe possibly how far we can stretch it on fuel. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one here tonight as we still work under the green flag conditions here at Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think you'll definitely see everybody when they do come in. Sometime between probably 30 to 35 laps in, you'll see everybody start heading for pit road. Definitely going to be 4 tires and a full tank of fuel and to get them to the end.
Yeah, and looking at these lap times, about 33 seconds a lap roughly for your race leaders. So anybody that comes down pit road, you're guaranteed to lose at least 1 lap to the race leaders. That's, something when you do come down pit road as we watch Randy Johnson close in on Cold Day here now. You don't want to make a mistake on pit road to make it, longer than you have to sit there, and you don't want to see a caution flag if you're on pit road either.
We're talking about tires and the pit strategy. You may see somebody, if we have a stop under caution, elect 2 tires or maybe even just fuel. Looking at lap times, I'm looking at Randy Johnson now. His last lap was a 33.75 compared to a 34.01, which was the pole speed. So they're picking up speed with the laps as they go.
Yeah, and that is the fastest car on the racetrack right now, is that number 12 of Randy Johnson. So we'll see if he's able to run down Cold Day. They are actually starting to separate themselves from the number 5 of Jordan Smith, who just worked into that position number 3. And then Cody Levitt falls back to 4th. Dobbs is sitting there still in the 5th position. 6th now is going to be running the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Jeff Mathis, we were just talking about him. He was almost able to sneak away a win with that fuel strategy. But he is back here running into that 7th position. Caution flag out onto the speedway. Looks like Timmy Valenzuela is sitting backwards down here on the back straightaway with a torn-up 05 machine to bring out the first caution flag of the night. So let's see what the truck has queued up here with Timmy Valenzuela shown backwards on the raceway. He gets it fired and gets back around here to the start-finish line, but let's watch. He's battling back here with, that's the 19 of Hancock, and it looks like Valenzuela tried to make a right-hand turn out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, right across Hancock's front nose. Watch it from over top here. Watching the 05, you do see Valenzuela. He just comes straight up the track. Hancock was holding the line to the outside, and Valenzuela will spin that 05 over-the-wall racing machine around him. Now he'll have a bunch of damage to deal with, but everybody down pit road here.
Yeah, everybody came down together. Had a couple guys overshoot their pit stall there. That's going to cost them a little bit of time getting back out. Looks like Iroc actually missed his pit, and he's going to be driving through and try to get next time by.
Yeah, it's also maybe a little bit of a ploy by Iroc, him and his teammate of Michael Bromley both came down pit road, but not going through into their pit boxes here. So Cold Day will actually win this race off pit road. Oh, Randy Johnson almost took out the tire barrier at the end of pit road. That could have been disastrous for the driver of the number 12, but it's Day, Smith, Griffith, Levitt, Johnson, Mathis, Rivera, Bergner, your top 10 off pit road. But Michael Bromley staying out here with Iroc. Now let's see if they come down. It's not quite to that point where you needed to come down pit road yet. Maybe another 10, 15 laps actually, because you can make this just on 1 pit stop tonight. But right now, when we pitted, you're not.
No, you definitely can't make it from here. But it sounds like Michael Bromley and Ira are both going to stay out. Teammates roll the dice on the same strategy and see how it works out for them. They're going to stay out here and make that 1 stop a little bit later.
So it'll be interesting. We're keeping an eye on that developing story here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. Well, race fans, it's that time, though. We have the first caution flag here of the night, and we got to thank you all for tuning in on the Turn 3 Racing Network here every night, every week, to watch some of the best racers on the iRacing.com platform. Tonight, it's the Salt Flat Iroc Series in action here from the Milwaukee Mile for round number 5. If you missed the first 4 rounds of the series, don't worry. You can go over to our YouTube page. You can go over to playlist, and you can find the Salt Flat Iroc Series, and you'll be able to catch all the action for the first 4 races of the season. But we also got to thank you for tuning in here. If you're not a subscriber to the Turn 3 Racing Network, go ahead, hit that little red subscribe button, hit the bell, get a notification anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We bring you all the racing action, all the way from the dirt tracks here on the iRacing.com server, all the way to the big tracks like Daytona, Talladega, which bring us the action-packed 3-4 wide racing that all you race fans enjoy. And then we even bring you the classics like you see here tonight. All drivers are in very similar cars. It is the street stock, yes, on the iRacing server, but they are all painted up like the old-fashioned Iroc series that lasted from the 70s all the way to 2004 with Tony Stewart being the last champion. Our last champion here with the Iroc series was Randy Johnson, and he runs currently into the 6th position.
Your all-time win leader for the Salt Flat all day was leading coming into the pit cycle there under caution. He is going to restart 18th, so keep an eye on him to be moving up through the field.
iRacing Pace Truck will dive in, and the Gibson AC and refrigerant green flag will come back out here in Milwaukee. Let's go back racing as the Gibson AC and refrigerant green flag flies. Michael Bromley got a great start. Iroc Kohlhaas not such a good start. Here comes Jordan Smith on those fresh tires into turn 1. Not going to be able to do it. Bromley slams the door, but a little bit of a terrible start there for Iroc Kohlhaas.
Yeah, he definitely got caught sleeping there, and Jordan Smith was on it, able to get up there safely in the second place. But there's a big group of guys, all the neon-looking cars there together, racing really hard now, back for about 6th or 7th spot.
Yeah, it looks like Todd Poston actually going to go off track in the 48 machine again. It looks like he should be able to, and Danny Valenzuela also down onto that grass, but you're watching the 57 of Mathis work to the inside here of the number 12. Now the caution flag is going to come out. Oh boy, Timmy Valenzuela is going to need a little help. He is on his
Josh
lid
Taylor
here tonight.
just crashed here under caution.
And Josh Taylor down turn number 1 and 2. So a couple different incidents here. It all started. Let's flash it back here. It's all going to start here with Todd Poston. Where does Todd Poston lose it? Oh, down in turn 3 again. Him and Darrell Clauter made the contact. And then you see the 04 right behind them. That's Danny Valenzuela down onto the apron. Now what's going to happen here to Timmy? Timmy just loses it right in front of Donald. Timmy goes down there, and it looks like, he nosed it right into the wall, and that's going to be what actually brought out our second caution flag here of the evening. So not the night for Timmy Valenzuela. Let's see if we can find a camera here. Riding on board here. So unfortunately, Timmy Valenzuela out of California going to wind up on his lid here tonight at Milwaukee. Not the night he was going to be looking for. But now here comes everybody down pit road. Oh, maybe not. They're all going to drive right on by. A couple of them. Iroc Kohlhaas, though, he said that was enough. He comes down pit road.
Yeah, he must have felt something on the restart he wasn't quite comfortable with compared to the guys that stopped. Wanted to come in and kind of get himself a good reset here for the next run. But Bromley's gonna lay in the bed that he's made and stay up there elect to take the track position over the new tires.
So we'll have to see if that's a good play by him. It looks like Cole Day, Darrell Clauter, Brandon Massey, Danny Valenzuela, Donald Bennett, Iroc Kohlhaas, Josh Taylor, Jeff Bergner, and Timmy Valenzuela all down on pit road right now. And while we have a second, let's go ahead and dial up the driver of that 05. I know he likes to talk to us a lot. Let's see if we can get in contact with Timmy. Timmy, I hear you. You already heard me.
Hey.
You knew we were coming.
I know. I knew you were coming, man. That was a rough ride, tell you what.
Yeah, what happened there? What transpired there? It all looks like going into turn 3, everything started to get a little hectic down there, and then out of turn 4, well, you know what happened.
Yeah, honestly, I saw brother 04 get a little loose, go down into the grass, and so I tried to give him a little more room, just trying to avoid any other, accidents. Went up too high and then got back on the throttle too quick, and set myself on a loop as well. And hit a wall and took a flip.
Yeah, the wall doesn't move. I just want you to know that, but the bumper on the 05 does move, and it's been removed from the front here. How much damage is back on this 05 machine? Will you be able to get it back out onto the raceway, or is it toast here tonight at Milwaukee?
I've got about 15 minutes of repairs, so I'm hopeful. I'm thinking, eventually I'll be able to get back out on track, just turn a few laps and maybe see, what I can do. Hopefully just kind of wrap up the race, but I don't think I'm going to be getting any podium finishes tonight.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate here tonight, Timmy. Try and get back out there. If not, stay hydrated, my friend, and drink topless.
Always.
Well, there you heard it. Greg, not the night for Timmy Valenzuela, but he might still try to get back out there to turn some laps.
Yeah, he might be drinking topless, but he's definitely going to be driving noseless. The front of that car is a chewed up piece of equipment right now.
Does look like, though, possibly the iRacing pace truck lights did go out there. And they did. I'm trying to gauge here with my binoculars. Not the greatest. I need some maybe prescription ones, but it will be going out here. So that means Michael Bromley will hold the bottom lane here on the restart. It'll put Jordan Smith to his outside with Cody Levitt, and then Jeff Mathis, Randy Johnson, Josiah Millen, Jason Griffith, Dobbs, and it's going to be Quincy Atkins, Todd Poston, and Russ Hancock, your top 10 drivers. They actually all stayed out here under this caution flag, so none of them coming down to take the advantage of 4 fresh tires and fuel, because they know it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to make it from where they are currently running on the track with just 26 laps completed. It'll be 27 laps in the books as we're getting ready to come back into the Gibson AC Refrigerant restart zone here, waiting for the Gibson AC green flag. iRacing pace truck off turn number 4. It'll make that left-hand turn, and we are going to go back to the green flag here tonight.
Top 3 really got a good start there. You see all those yellow cars kind of caught sleeping there on that one, but we got a good side-by-side battle with Bromley and Jordan Smith there through 1 and 2.
Yeah, and it looks like Bromley's trying to really hold that 7 down there, but Smith is going to try and lay into this lead that Bromley has. He's got power to the outside. He's got fresh tires. One of them a little sideways. That was Darrell Clauter back there running in about the 15th position. He was sideways. Look at Michael Bromley, though. Hold that 7 strong right down on the bottom. He's going to be able to take and retain the lead away from the number 5 there of Jordan Smith. He'll come back around here and lead the first lap back to the green flag here at the Wisconsin Fairgrounds.
Yeah, he's really got that car hooked up on the bottom line there, especially through 3 and 4. Hugged the curb really tight and was able to drive off with a huge run. Put a couple more car lengths between himself and Cody there, and he's looking for a good, clean run the next few laps.
Iroc Haas having some issues down in turn number 1. He spins it down to the inside. He'll hit the inside wall and come back out onto the track in turn number 2. Green flag is going to stay out here, but Kohlhaas going to be a little bit behind and off the pace, but we stay green flag racing. Side-by-side battle there for Randy Johnson, and that's his teammate down to the inside. Here comes Dobbs in turn number 1.
Bromley actually missed the corner through 3 and 4 there and gave up that little bit of a lead that he did have and allowed Cody to get right up on him now, less than a tenth of a second between the two.
Jeff Bergner was just 3 wide there with Cole Day and Mullins to the outside. Somebody back there in a pink car, I believe that is. Oh, actually, that's a red one. That's the 84 of Lynn McNeese. He was completely out of shape coming out of turn number 2. He's able to gather it back up, but he loses about 5-6 positions on that exchange. Donald Bennett buried back here into the battle, too. There's Josh Taylor, still side-by-side, though, for that 9th position, as Jeff Bergner has the inside advantage over Cole Day. Remember, Cole Day started on the pole here tonight, and now he's buried back in traffic.
That last restart, before the most recent one, he was 18th. I believe he came in under that caution and took advantage of new tires again, restarted 12th. He's already picked up a couple spots, and he's looking for more.
Closing in on the halfway point here tonight as we follow the 37 of Cole Day around the Milwaukee Mile here. Just ahead of them, though, that is Josiah Millen. It's the Virginia boy and, well, the Pennsylvania kid. They are both battling here inside the top 10. Millen right now holds the 8th position, but he's looking to the inside of Poston. And it looks like he'll be able to put the 40 down there just ahead of them. It looks like, I believe that is Griffith going there around Mathis. That'll put Jason now up into the 4th position. For a man that's been missing, he sure's got the wheels to drive him off here tonight. Bromley drove the wheels off down there in turn number 2 last time.
We got trouble in 3 and 4.
Lit up the track, but who is going around? Orlando
in the 08. Yeah, I was watching that. Orlando, Cole had gotten hung out on the outside and had fallen back a couple spots there and kind of, I want to say made a hole, but he definitely took what little one was there, and I think Orlando just had to take evasive action to check up and lost it.
So we'll go back and figure out. Oh, Cole Day did shove himself right down in front of Orlando Rivera, and that caused Rivera to slide her down to the grass on the inside. Just loops it around, but that was enough contact to bring out the caution flag. We'll watch it back here again. There you see Cole Day goes right down there. He actually runs into, I believe that was the 57 of Quincy Atkins also. Orlando Rivera just loops her around. So no harm, no foul really for Orlando Rivera, except now he's going to lose all that track position.
Looks like all of the leaders are going to be coming into pits here. We're going to be right on the fuel window to make it from here. So definitely going to be saving from here. But I'll tell you who this pays off for is Michael Bromley. He was able to stay out early when most everybody pit, get the track position, and now he's going to get to pit with everybody and maintain that spot. So good job on him.
Yeah, Michael Bromley started in that 11th position here tonight and then was able to stay out and gain all that track position. Looks like Iroc maybe missed his pit box once again.
Jordan Smith wins the race off road there. I'm going to believe he took only 2 tires on that one. Didn't stay very long, but having just pitted a handful of laps ago, wouldn't have needed too much fuel there either. So,
yeah, but now think about that. Jordan Smith came down. He then lined up with 4 fresh tires behind Michael Bromley. You saw now how Bromley was able to hold on with those really old tires compared to his new tires. Did that show Jordan Smith that maybe he just needed right side tires and some fuel in that 5?
Yeah, I think it did. I'm trying to look at lap times now just to kind of get an idea of what they were running. And the 2 laps before the caution was actually Michael Bromley's fastest lap on 31 lap tires. He ran a 33.76, which is about a half a second faster than the pole speed.
So we'll see if he's able to actually hold that pace or if the tires will fall off the 5. Here on this restart, though, it looks like out of pit road it was Jordan Smith, Iroc, then it's going to be Griffith, Mathis, Day, Levitt running in that 6th position. 7th is Millen, 8th is Atkins, then it's Johnson in 9th, and Massey is running in the 10th position. That is how they line up. Still sitting down on pit road, though, getting repairs done to the 05, Timmy Valenzuela. Michael Bromley, though, oh boy, looks like he's going to come out. It looked like he was sitting like a rose, and all of a sudden, it's only a daisy.
Yeah, I wonder if he might have gotten a little bit of a ticket there. Someone that I'm watching, is his teammate, though, is in 2nd, has not come in yet. Well, I say that, and here he comes now. I was getting kind of worried there that maybe he was going to try to stay out there, and I wasn't sure that was going to be the right strategy.
Yeah, so Kohlhaas will come down pit road to make his stop. Maybe just a little strategy there. Maybe trying to get run as much fuel out of that tank as he could. Now he'll come in and now he'll stop, and he could possibly be looking like he will be good to go the rest of the way here on the night, because we are officially at the halfway point in this one here at Milwaukee.
I think if I'm sitting probably 7th, 9th on back, I'm definitely going to come in this time, top off, get a little bit of as much of a pad as I can. You never know what kind of green-white checker we might have pop up at the end of this race, and extra fuel is never a bad thing.
Yeah, you guys also compensate. You got to remember there is one green-white checker here in the Iroc series, so we will have one extended period if we need it to give it another go-round here in Milwaukee tonight. Maybe, hopefully we won't need it, but it's always there just in case to give all you fans that are tuning in here tonight that little bit of extra racing action. I mean, it's midweek. It's hump day here. Of course, everybody wants to see racing action.
Everybody likes free racing.
And it looks like we're going to get back to the racing because the iRacing pace truck lights do go out. So we're head back into the Gibson AC and refrigerant restart zone next time by out of turn number 4. And we're hit the green flag and we're go real fast because we're going to smash the gas here tonight at Milwaukee. Who will win round number 5 is on everybody's mind here. Smith is going to be Dobbs making a return and parking it in victory lane. We shall see. Or will somebody put themselves in victory lane for the first time, like Jeff Mathis or maybe Quincy Atkins? They're all inside the top 10. Jeff Bergner, Shane Mullins also sitting right there. They're not too far behind. They could pounce at any time.
You know, Dobbs is really excited. First race back from having a couple weeks off, and here he is going to restart 2nd at the halfway point of the race. But Cole Day, he was about 12th when that caution came out, and he's going to restart 4th. So that outside line is going to have some really hungry drivers here to get started again.
iRacing pace truck will make the left-hand turn here onto the pit road as the Gibson AC refrigerant green flag comes back out. Jordan Smith will get a amazing restart, letting Dobbs just kind of think about hitting the gas there, and he'll fall back into 2nd.
Yeah, he got a monster restart there. And I think a little bit of that too was that he kind of caught Dobbs sleeping, but somehow Dobbs was able to work his way down into the inside and protect the runner-up position there.
Cold Day and Cody Levitt do the side-by-side. Millen crossed himself up that time in turn 3. Cold Day up out of the groove. Here comes Quincy Atkins. He'll come to the inside. They will run 3 wide down the front straightaway. Day's actually going to be able to clear Millen and put him side-by-side with Quincy Atkins down into turn 1. A little rubbinous racing in turn 1. Millen going to go sideways again. Johnson just behind him has to lift to get off the throttle. And that's going to cost Millen 2, possibly 3 positions by the end. Look at Brandon Massey looking to the inside here on that number 12 machine.
Did anybody? Oh, and there they go. Massey gets into Randy Johnson, turns him around. Mullen's involved. Oh, the whole back half of the field's in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's only possibly one driver that may have made it through there. Everybody else, look at Donald Bennett. He's just going to stop as Taylor backs it up across the track here. A lot of drivers were wrapped up in this one. We'll have to watch this back. It all started with Shaden Mullins, Josiah Millen, Brandon Massey, and I believe that was Randy Johnson that were all involved in that initial incident. Let's watch this back. There you see it. They're going to go 3 wide, turn number 3. There's Millen, Johnson, Massey down way on the bottom. All 3 of them make the contact. Poston, McNeese, Mullins right there. And then watch for everybody else to start to file in. There's Bromley. He squeaks through. There's Hancock turned around. Danny Valenzuela. Taylor. Darrell Clauter's going to sneak through there. And Orlando Rivera, what a shame he's back involved in this one, but doesn't look like there's much damage on that machine. We're seeing if we can grab another angle here of this incident. There you see it, 3 wide, the contact, and everybody going to go around for a little bit of a spin. There you see where Taylor got into it with Massey and Valenzuela into Hancock. And boy, what a mess back here on turn 3.
Yeah, that track really closed up a lot. Everybody, the preferred line being down on the bottom, everybody's trying to run down there and set themselves up for that. Can't see too well going into the corner like that, but then when the track's blocked, it really doesn't matter what you do unless you've got some kind of monster brakes on there, which apparently Michael Bromley does. He locked it up and was able to avoid it, but everybody from about where those guys were running on back got a piece of the action there.
So a couple drivers down pit road. Johnson, Massey, Millen, Valenzuela, Taylor, Hancock, and Timmy Valenzuela still sitting on pit road for the last 20 minutes with that 05 machine. Everybody else, though, the front 15 drivers, they all stay out. And actually, Shaden Mullins was involved in that incident. He stays out here, so he won't actually know how much damage is done. The contact, though, that Mullins made there, how hard was that, do you think? And is there enough damage to slow that 22 down?
I actually didn't get to catch a good view of that yet. So give me a second, I'll get back to you.
There's a little bit of damage on that machine. Shane Mullins out of Ohio sitting back there in 14th now. You see Bennett just behind him. Bennett was able to check up for that wreck, but possibly see. It looks like Millen's still sitting down on pit road. Looks like he'll go a lap down to the field.
Yeah, Mullen's car doesn't look too terrible, but that was a pretty solid hit right into the door of the 40 car. So he may have some suspension issues there that we can't see. Looking at it, that left front does look a little towed in there.
Getting reports, though, that Timmy Valenzuela has called it a night here in Milwaukee. So his night is over. And while we're under the caution flag here tonight, race fans, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here to the Milwaukee Mile.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Milwaukee Mile, working under our 4th caution flag here of the evening. And it does look like the iRacing pace truck lights go out, and we're going to double them back up. It's going to be Jordan Smith, Jeff Mathis, and then it's going to be Dobbs, then Levitt, and Day rounding out the top 5 drivers here. And, well, Greg, you're officially at the point where you can make it on fuel if you have saved enough tonight.
Yeah, I was just commenting too there during the break. I'm surprised nobody wanted to come in and top off there that stayed out under that last caution just to get that 100% certainty. If they're all confident that they've got it, then hey, let's go. Let's see who's the best mathematician while driving 140 miles an hour.
I like how you say 140 miles an hour, because right now we're pacing around, but we're going to get back to that 140 as the Gibson AC refrigerant green flag comes out. And once again, another great start on the front row. Everybody sleeping so far that is lined up to the outside here tonight, because Jordan Smith going to get one whale of a run, and now it'll be the battle for the second spot. Here comes Cole Day looking to possibly make it 3 wide off of turn number 2. Not going to be able to do it. He'll fall back into line for the time being.
Yeah, Dobbs got really loose coming out of 1 and 2 that last time by. Kind of opened the door up for Cole a little bit, but they're 3 wide behind him now with, the 21 was 3 wide, and it sounds like he has a black flag coming for 3 wide on the first lap of the restart.
That's unfortunate for him. He'll have to serve that penalty here in just a little bit. But there is a side-by-side from Levitt to the outside right now. That is down to the inside of him. That's the 48 of Todd Poston. You see how all this transpires. It looks like Bergner back down to the bottom. Everybody else has started to... Oh, contact there from Poston to Levitt, but both drivers hang on to that. They're trying to work around the 21 of Jeff Bergner. He's trying to come down to pit road. He'll dive it down to the left side, and he'll make pit road here with 24 laps to go. Iroc Kohlhaas is back into this mix. He's now looking to the inside on Quincy Atkins down into turn number 1.
Yeah, Jordan Smith is really checking out. He's working on a second lead now over Jason Dobbs and Cole Day, who were neck and neck running for the runner-up spot.
So Jeff Bergner falls through pit road. He comes right back out. He'll stay onto the lead lap, but he's going to be a little bit far behind. Has to stay down on that apron. He'll get back out onto the back straightaway, and you can hear the cars coming. Here comes Jeff, and your race leaders are just down here entering turn number 1. So a half a track behind right now for Jeff Bergner. Your front spot, though, still sitting almost out of second. Then Dobbs, Day, and Mathis. How about Mathis here tonight at Milwaukee, having himself a night to celebrate so far?
Yeah, top 5's looking really good for him. Hope he can stay up there and close it out up at the front. But right now I'm watching his teammate Quincy Atkins. Him and Lynn McNeese are rubbing doors pretty good the last couple of laps. Haven't wrecked it yet. I don't know how, but they are definitely putting those cars to the test.
Well, you got one driver that was a dirt late model driver in Lynn McNeese, and you got the asphalt late model driver Quincy Atkins. So both drivers have a ton of driving experience down in the South here. And right now it looks like Atkins going to take advantage of McNeese. One of them into the outside wall. That's the 29 of Iroc Kohlhaas. Quincy Atkins going to make contact. They're all going to spin down to the inside here. Quincy Atkins is going to the International Space Station.
Iroc Kohlhaas tried to do the same thing there with him and definitely got a little airtime. Sorry, guys, this isn't the X Games. Try again next week. Hate to see that with a big group of cars get taken out, though.
So a bunch of drivers wrapped up in this one. We're watching back here. Iroc Kohlhaas is involved. Let's watch. There you see him into the outside wall. And everybody just nowhere to go. Just the bumpers hook on the Atkins machine. Oh, Orlando Rivera, wrong place, wrong time. And boy, what a wild ride for Atkins and Kohlhaas. It's not going to be the night that Kohlhaas or Quincy Atkins wanted. Orlando Rivera is having a rough road to hoe here tonight, really. It's not been a night to remember for Rivera.
Yeah, that's the second incident that he's been caught up in tonight, but I think this one may be the one that does it in for him. Looked to me like Iroc got into the wall coming out of turn 2 and kind of checked himself up. We saw that happen a couple times last night with the progression series. I think him losing momentum just Quincy got in behind him a little too hard and kind of triggered that whole thing off.
Yeah, all drivers driving for the same real estate here tonight. And I mean, this is a track. It seems very wide and a lot of room, but the thing you got to really remember and consider is these street stocks. Yes, we're calling them Irocs here tonight on the iRacing service. Is they do not handle the greatest. All of them are terrible at handling. All of them are on about a 7 to a 7.5 inch tire, and they are squirrely as all can be. Greg, you race them almost weekly, and maybe not right now, but it's the same car from when you raced, and it's not easy to drive.
No, it's not. I've run 3 seasons with guys now in Salt Flat IROC Series. The first one, it was all I could do just to finish on the lead lap. But as you gain experience, you kind of learn how it is. You definitely have to learn how to drive a car that's very much on the edge of out of control, very tight, but it loses grip in a heartbeat. These guys are definitely driving with a handful.
So now it looks like Cole Haas and Atkins and Valenzuela and Millen and the other Valenzuela all are possibly out of this one here tonight. Lynn McNeese also maybe joining that crowd. Maybe Shane Mullins also. A lot of damage on all those vehicles, so that leaves us with 15 drivers here tonight at Milwaukee that still have a chance. And yes, I said 15 drivers that still have a chance because, let's face it, as long as you're out there on track, that means you have a chance to win week in and week out. We've seen multiple drivers come from outside the top 10 to win here a handful of times, and you know, it'll be about 16 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. Maybe Dobbs is just going to say, I'll give it a shot to the outside here and show you guys how to drive.
Yeah, if he stays awake on this restart, he'll have a good shot at it. But again, the last handful of restarts, the leader has really taken everybody to school. But before we get back going, I want to give an attaboy to the 31 of Donald Bennett. Started 16th, he's up to 7th, and done a good job dodging all the landmines tonight and the different accidents that we've had. But he's doing it with broken pedals. That takes some skill, so attaboy to him.
Yeah, we talked about that last night at Pocono, and, you know, it's one thing to drive on a big 2+ mile speedway, but it's another, you know, Milwaukee, it's a 1 mile track, and you are using brake here tonight when you're driving these cars. So he is having to go from the gas to the brake, and his clutch is completely huffed. There is no clutch in that car, so it's pretty much grab a gear and grind it till you find it. Maybe has the auto blip turned on if he figured it out. Possibly, you never know. But Greg, remember last night after the race what Donald did? He still finished, I believe, what was it, 6th last night with broken pedals at Pocono. Remember what he did on his own stream over there on Twitch?
Yeah, I think he's still working on it, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure he's quite finished.
Oh, Donald Bennett, though, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is back inside the top 10 for the first time here at Milwaukee. But if you're looking for an in-car perspective, head on over to Twitch. Type in DLB Yankees 41 and just kind of haze the heck out of that driver here tonight. He may not respond right away because, I mean, race fans, it is hard to read text and drive at the same time. Yeah, there's some people out there, and they do it to perfection, but I can tell you, I stream personally some nights on a Friday night, my point of view, and I can't look down at the screen and read your comments all the time, so maybe he might not get back to you right away, but go ahead, go over there, blast him on Twitch, DLB Yankees 41, and just tell him that we sent you over there to say hi real quick.
Roger, who are you kidding? With those 14 screens you got more than enough real estate to see the chat box.
Well, hey, just because the old broadcast rig here has 4 32-inch curves doesn't mean the racing rig has 32-inch curves. That only has one wide, ultra-wide curve, and that's all that's over there. I got to use my phone. I can't see it.
Yeah, I hear you.
But we're going to be going back to the green flag here in the Gibson AC and refrigerant green flag zone. It'll be Smith and look for Cole Day, Cody Levitt. All three of them drivers work together to that bottom. There it is, 1, 2, and 3. They smash the gas and we go fast here. Jordan Smith going to clear Dobbs. Day's going to clear Dobbs, and Cody Levitt might be to the inside by turn 1. He is. Dobbs tried to think about it for a moment to cut down there, but the Purple Peeper Eaters Alliance will prevail to that inside. Dobbs, though, will not give it up easy to Levitt.
Looked like the 5 and the 37, their teammates might have had a little communication going there on that restart. It was the best timed restart between the first and third cars that we've seen so far tonight. And here it is, Cole right up on his back bumper looking to take the lead back.
Will he be able to dive out of turn 4? He will not. Jordan Smith will lead the first lap back to green flag. It's Smith, Day, Levitt back across the line first. Then it's Dobbs, Mathis, Poston. And then, somebody going around. Michael Bromley going to take the 7 around. Taylor nowhere to go. He's involved in this. And now it's the 65 of, Brandon Massey gets involved then.
Shane Mullins also with a piece of it. And by piece of it, he drove right through Brandon Massey.
It's not good for those drivers. They were all trying to rebound coming back through the field. Let's take a look back here at this replay. And watching the 7, you see him sideways, and Bennett getting a little door slam there. And, Massey down on the bottom then, and Mullins comes up the track, gets him. And chain reaction here tonight. Nobody able to run away and hide.
Watching the replay and how much Donald checked up there, I can't help but wonder, did the pedal situation have something to do? Was he just going extra conservative into the corner due to his pedals? And that was the unexpected checkup that caused that accident with Bromley taking evasive action.
Yeah, now you got to ask, though, how much damage is done to all these vehicles, because Brandon Massey really got hammered real hard there by Mullins. And it looks like it's driving straight down the track. But how much damage is done underneath? I mean, you see the 01, Josh Taylor, he's got some pretty heavy front right damage on that machine. And I'm not sure, is that crab walk? I can't quite tell, but it might be a long night now for Taylor as he hits pit road with that 01 machine. And a couple other drivers, Massey's coming down, Hancock's down pit road. So, pit road's going to be busy.
Yeah, Mullen and Massey both has pretty significant damage. Surprisingly enough, Michael Bromley, he's dinged it up a good bit, but it looks to be driving straight, and the suspension all looks to be held on, so I think he might have actually escaped one there.
Well, we'll have to see here in just a little bit when we go back racing. It'll be just under the 10-lap marker here tonight at Milwaukee for round number 5 here of the Salt Flat Iroc series. It looks like Danny Valenzuela will get the wave around right now. He's into the 20th position. He needs 2 laps before he can pass Quincy Atkins and Lynn McNeese and Iroc Holhaus. So, there's positions out there for Valenzuela yet. And the good thing is there's still some time. It's just how long can the Valenzuela machine stay on the raceway, because that car is tore up. The front nose clip is off of it.
Yeah, hopefully his engine won't decide to expire and let loose in the next 10 or so laps, and he can maximize, take full advantage of what's been going on here. But I'm really excited to watch the front 2 teammates here for the last, we'll call it probably 8 or 9 laps by the time we get back racing. How hard are they going to race, and what's it going to look like? We know Jordan's already won at least one race this season. I don't think Cole has won an IROC race yet, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys play this final few laps out.
Well, the only 3 drivers that have won this year, Jordan Smith has won 2, Josiah Millen 1, and actually the only other winner, Cole Day. So right now inside your top 3, Cody Levitt's the only one that hasn't won.
Okay, I stand correct.
But Jeff Mathis has never won in his IROC career, and he's going to restart 5th.
I can tell you from experience, if he's going to win this race, he's going to have his hands full. I've had to race Cody I've been fortunate to win 2 or 3 races with these guys, and have had to race Cody Levitt for most of them to pull it off. And he is pack a lunch. You're going to need it. You're going to have to work for this one.
So let's see. It'll be 11 laps to go when they cross the line this time. Will the iRacing Pace Truck lights go out here at Milwaukee? They will stay on, and we will step away, and we'll be back here to bring you the final laps here for round number 5 of the Salt Flat IROC series.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here to Milwaukee, race fans. It's going to be a shootout to the end. There you see your front three in one picture. It's Jordan Smith, Cole Day, Cody Levitt, and Dobbs going to restart their fourth with Mathis, Poston, Johnson, Bergner, Bennett, and Bromley rounding out the top 10 drivers here. It'll be just 9 laps to go as we approach the Gibson AC and refrigerant restart zone. 9 laps to go. Count it down. Here we go. Jordan Smith, Cole Day, Cody Levitt all get a really clean restart, and everybody else behind them will go 2 by 2 down into turn number 1.
Yet again, those top 3 hadn't been talking that one through. That was such a clean restart. Cole got a little sideways there through 1 and 2, just trying to get what he can get. Separated the top 3 now by about 2 car lengths apiece.
Yeah, and now Mathis is going to lose out the Dobbs. Dobbs is going to go after Cody Levitt down into turn 3, and Todd Poston in the 48, the NSRA Super Speedway driver, is now hung to the outside. Here comes the big unit, Randy Johnson, down below him. Johnson will take the position from the 48, and don't look now. Remember a couple, call about 20 laps ago, Jeff Bergner on a restart had that restart violation. He had to come down pit road. Here's the driver out of Utah. He takes over that 7th spot as Poston is hung to the outside.
Man on a mission is that 21 car. He is trying to get back up to the front. Just don't know that he can get up there under green, but if we get another late race caution, he's going to be sitting in a good spot. I'll see another guy who's driving really hard, though, is Dobbs. He is wearing out the back end of that 38 car.
Yeah, it'll be just 7 laps to go here. 7 more miles of racing here at Milwaukee, and it's Jordan Smith, Cole Day. Here comes Dobbs taking a peek to the inside. Levin's going to slam the door, turn number 1. Dobbs really had to slam on the brakes there.
Yeah, I think he actually got into the back of Cody just a little bit there. I don't think he meant to, but he definitely got into him a little bit, sent him up the track. And here we go. Cole Day is looking to try to pounce on the leader here.
Yeah, just 6 miles of racing, and it's Jordan Smith, Cole Day. 2 teammates that are battling for the win. How aggressive, if you're Cole Day, do you get? Because you know it's winding down here tonight, and a win tonight. Oh, Cole Day going to dive down to the bottom on Jordan Smith. So now Cole Day is going to take the race lead with just 6 laps to go.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to wreck your teammate and cost your team points in that side of things. But hey, Jordan, I believe, has multiple wins. Cole's only got 1. Time to even the score up a little bit.
Yeah, but the good old friend of Cody Levitt's back there, and Levitt doesn't have any, and Levitt's going to look to the inside here on Jordan Smith. Levitt's going to touch the grass. It'll be just 5 laps to go here. Cole Day is going to bring us back across. Look at Poston trying to cross over a couple back there, trying to get underneath Randy Johnson out of turn 4. Was not able to. He has to fall back into line right in front of the 31 of Donald Bennett.
Yeah, the last time through 3 and 4, Cody Levitt, he definitely did a favor to Jordan Smith. He had such a run in, but he knew that if he didn't do something different, was going to run him right over. So he kind of dropped it down into the grass, checked up a little bit, and was able to keep everybody pointed in the right direction. So I think Jordan's going to owe Cody lunch next week.
Yeah, so we'll see if he's able to gain any ground this time out of turn 4. Jordan Smith touched the grass just a little bit, that time down there in turn number 4. The landscaping crew here tonight will have to go back down and resod that one after this race because they are definitely using up the grass here tonight. Smith up the track once again, Levitt right down on the bottom. Smith trying to do about a diamond shape as he enters and exits these corners here tonight at Milwaukee. Down the back straightaway they go. Everybody single filed out with just 4 laps to go.
Yeah, that pack from 2nd back to about 5th or 6th is a really tight, close racing group. There's actually about 8 or 9 of them lined up together. And actually Dobbs drifts up a little bit there and opens the door for Jeff, but he's not able to do anything with it. All back in line down the front stretch with 3 to go.
Yeah, here comes Mathis. He's going to take the inside from Dobbs. Dobbs just backs off, and he's not going to battle. He's just going to try and cross him over on exit here out of turn number 2. It's 3 laps to go down the back straightaway. Will Dobbs be able to come back and refire against that number 57 here tonight? Dobbs not going to be able to. Here comes Jeff Bergner, though. We've got to watch the mirror here now for Dobbs because Bergner's on the mission. Johnson, the big unit, is back there. He is running into that 7th position. The popsicle sticks will go in the air here this time by for Cole Day. Just 2 more miles of racing here in round number 5 for the Salt Flat Iroc Series.
Jordan Smith is slowly chewing into that lead of his teammate Cole Day there. He's taking about a car length and a half off that last lap, sitting about 2 cars back. I don't know if he's going to have time to do anything cleanly. Do you think he might use the bumper to get by his teammate or settle for 2nd?
You never know. They're battling back there, though. Dobbs, Mathis, Bergner, Johnson, they're all battling really hard back here just behind your top 3 drivers. Cole Day this time, though, will come out of turn 4. He's going to be looking for the white flag here tonight. Next flag will be our midnight performance checkered flag, and let's see if Cole Day is going to be able to hang on. Here comes Jordan Smith. He's going to dive it down into turn 1, but Day is going to have a great run off the corner of 2.
Single file for your top 3. A big gaggle of cars for 4th on back there. Jeff Bergner's up to 5th, but all eyes are on the leaders into turn 3 for the last time. Cole Day looks like, without anything crazy happening, he's going to have this one in the bag.
Coming out of turn 4 and looking for the midnight performance. Checkered flag here for round number 5. It is going to be Cole Day winning his 2nd race of the season. Jordan Smith comes across in the 2nd position. Cody Levitt is 3rd. Jason Griffith Dobbs comes home 4th in his return back to the Iroc series. Jeff Bergner rallies back up 17 spots. It'll be P number 5 for the driver of the 21. The big unit, Randy Johnson, finishes 6th here tonight. 7th goes to Jeff Mathis. 8th to Todd Poston. 9th to Michael Bromley. And hanging on to the top 10 is the 31 of Donald Bennett. But it is all about that purple here tonight. I'm going to call it the Purple Peeper Eater Brigade because they finished 1, 2, and 3. It may be a different shade of purple on the Levitt machine, but it is definitely a purple one here tonight.
Yeah, you could definitely call it a brigade. Those 3 worked flawlessly together. The last 2, maybe 3 restarts, and very much orchestrated how the end of this was going to work. Hey, when you've got teammates like that and guys you can trust and work well together, you're a fool not to take advantage of it. And look how it played out for them, sweeping the podium.
As Cole Day goes ahead and celebrates here, we're going to step away for just a quick moment. We're going to see if we can get these guys up here tonight and talk to them. It shouldn't take too long for us to get a hold of all 3 of those drivers as Cole Day is trying to celebrate, but it's looking like pretty much an epic fail. But we'll be right back here with your post-race show. Welcome back, race fans, here to round number 5 for the Salt Flat Iroc Series live here from the Milwaukee Mile, the Wisconsin Fairgrounds, playing host to the first ever show for the Salt Flat Iroc Series here, and what a good one it was. I've already caught up with Cole Day down here. Cole, I know a lot of the race fans want to hear about the racing out there, but let's just start things off with, son, do you know how to do a burnout?
Well, I thought I did. Turns out I may have had it in the wrong gear, so it didn't come out quite as planned, but I still got the job done.
I mean, the car looked clean all night long, and then all of a sudden now you crinkled up the Jordan Hen Racing sticker on the front. It's all crinkled up. Now we can't put it into the showroom. I don't know what we're going to do with you, son, but let's backtrack. Let's talk about tonight. Quick time here in qualifying, and then you lead the first handful of laps, but you got shuffled back then. About midway through the race, you were about the 12th, 14th position back there. How did you come back through the hornet's nest to wind up here on the podium?
Yeah, I started off just how I wanted to, just exactly how I wanted to. A great qualifying lap, and just wanted to stay up front for the whole race. But I ended up getting a black flag coming on that first pit stop, so I had to go all the way to the back and fight my way to the front. So just had to keep it as clean as I could and just start picking people off one by one, just playing a bit of pit strategy to get some easy spots without having to use up the car or put my car in danger, just out strategizing everyone to make up some spots just to help with make my way back to the front.
Yeah, and you made your way back to the front here, and then that final restart, it was you and your teammate doing the dance down into turn number 1, and then a couple laps later, or a lap later, I believe it was, you were able to get around that 5 machine. Where was that mistake made by Jordan that opened up the gap for you to dive down to the bottom?
I just had been getting through 3 and 4 a lot better than him through the center, so I was just kind of try to time my move so whenever I had enough distance so I could not have to lift coming off of 4 and get the better exit that I had so I could send it underneath them into turn 1. I was able to work out.
And you're able to come away with your second win here tonight. You came in as the points leader. You're going to leave as the points leader as we do. You know the drill here. We're going to roll this red carpet out for you. I'll hand you the mic. I got Corona last time I handed you the mic, so I'm going to step back just a little bit and let you thank whoever you got to thank for parking the 37 in Victory Lane.
As always, my teammates, Jordan and Cody, they're talking to me the whole night, calming me down after I'd made a stupid mistake, getting the penalty. So big thanks to them. We worked great together in practice to get all bouncing ideas off each other, to get some speed in the car, or to find the speed that was out there on the track so we could have great qualifying efforts and then put it in the race. So I got to thank them. All the admins for putting up with everyone and keeping everyone together. It's a great league, and we all have fights, but it's all gets ironed out. So I got to thank everyone. You guys up in the booth for always doing great broadcasts. Always great to come back and watch. And
well, there you heard it from your winner today. Cole Day will win his second race in the Salt Flat Iroc season number 4, putting himself with his teammate, Jordan Smith, being the only 2 drivers to have a 2-win season so far. And talking about the man who has another 2 wins to his name, it's not Cole Day, it's Jordan Smith. And Greg, you've caught up with our second place finisher.
Yeah, I've got Jordan here. Jordan, congrats on the second place. I know it's not quite what you wanted, just a position short. What else did you need there to get by your teammate that last run?
Yeah, no. He was just so much better through 3 and 4. He was able to wait on the throttle and hold it down off of 4, which really gave him a run into 1 and 2. And I think that's kind of where he had the entire field beat. I thought I was in position after those late race cautions, but it's just not the way the cards ended up this race. But, I mean, I've been on the good side of some races, and this is just 1 position short on this race. So not overall too bad.
Yeah, you guys definitely look like you were working well together. We noticed it and commented on it quite a few times about the restarts there. I think it was the last 3 different ones where the 3 of you guys actually worked really well and were able to orchestrate that. Tell us a little bit about how you guys did that and what you were worried about in trying to time out just right.
Yeah, no, that's all on the communication between the 3 of us. I mean, it's all about kind of just knowing when the leader is going to start and making sure that you don't make a mistake on your upshifts, because if you miss a shift in these cars, you're kind of dead meat. So it's just paying attention to the leader and paying attention to your shifts.
Yeah, great communication we could see from you guys. Now, I'm usually not up here in the booth. I'm typically like to be down there driving with you guys. So from a driver's perspective, I have to ask you about the tires. It looked like the speed was actually picking up with each lap. I mean, you guys were running some of the fastest laps of the race at the end of a 30-lap run on tires. How did they handle? Was it still pretty stable, or did it kind of make the car a little bit more difficult to run with?
Oh no, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, the first 3 or 4 laps when the tires are kind of cold and you got a lot of fuel in the car, they're not really turning that well. But once you can kind of get later in the run, the fuel's wearing down, the car's getting lighter, the tires are getting a little bit warmer. It just picks up so well, and there's a lot of grip. So it's all just trying to find the balance of not abusing the right front and then making sure you have enough tire for the rest of it.
Well, it looked like you guys definitely found that balance tonight. Congratulations. We'll give you the mic and give you a few minutes. Tell us, who do you got to thank for this?
Well, obviously, like Cole, I want to start with my teammates, Cody and Cole. They helped me out so much tonight, just finding that speed in the car. Got to thank my family, my girlfriend Olivia, and also you for putting on a great broadcast as always.
Thanks for coming out. We enjoyed seeing you guys. Roger?
Yeah, I've caught up with the man coming home in 3rd tonight. He may not be a teammate via point standings, but the man out of Las Vegas, Cody, it's the Milwaukee Mile, and it's not a track you had a lot of laps on, but that 38, good in qualifying and good here in the race.
Yeah, man, I've been wanting to practice with boys like with these people all week, but people didn't want to do it. So I'm glad we had a good finish, though.
Yeah, good points night is really going to solidify yourself. You're going to possibly leap over Randy Johnson and maybe even over Josiah Millen, so that could possibly slide you into the 3rd position via the point standings here. Now, we're approaching that call at the halfway point here, just starting next week. Do you think you can take the momentum out of the Milwaukee Mile and head over to, I believe it's Kansas we're headed to next, and then Watkins Glen? I know you're looking forward already to Watkins Glen.
Kansas is going to be a little crazy. It's going to be like Vegas, just another bump drafting drafting track. You just have to be in the right place at the right time. Hopefully we can take some of the momentum we have here. I mean, I've been having really good qualifying. I don't think I've qualified like lower than 5th this season. So hopefully we can just, keep riding that and end up with good finishes.
Yeah, it's a great finish here tonight. What was the strategy coming in, though? This fuel run here tonight almost put you right on that halfway border. Did you work on that in your practice session? Did you guys talk about that in the middle of the race and decide what you guys were going to do?
I mean, not really. We didn't talk much about fuel because there were so many cautions, and we just pit early, and filled it up. There wasn't much strategy this race, I guess you could say. It was just fill it up and go.
Fill it up, hit the gas, turn left. I mean, it seems pretty simple, but not a lot of people were able to hang on to these cars here tonight. Was there a handling issue at all in that 38?
Maybe the first 2 laps on new tires, get a little slidey. But other than that, it stuck pretty good.
Yeah, it stuck pretty good, and you stuck right where you started here tonight in 3rd. So, well, congratulations on the podium here, Cody. Who do you got to thank that helps you out on this 38 machine here at Milwaukee?
I got to thank Jordan and Cole, first of all, for teaching me the line. I was 6/10 down in practice. Like, I had no idea what they were doing, and then they let me know, and there we go. So, first of all, got to thank them. Got to thank you for putting on this broadcast. Greg for helping out this week. It's good to see you back, buddy. I'd like to thank everyone out there for watching us. Yeah, man.
Well, there you heard it from your 3rd place finisher here tonight, Cody Levitt, going to rally back after being dropped out of the top 10 at one point, but shuffles himself back into the top 3. So a podium finish for the man out of Las Vegas. Greg, it was a great show here tonight at Milwaukee for the first time ever. The Salt Flat Iroc series made their way here, and it did not really disappoint at all.
That was a great race, really enjoyable show. I love racing these kind of tracks. The big pack racing on the 1.5 and 2 mile tracks is fun, but this is the type of racing I think is perfect for these cars, the Milwaukees, the Gateways, and tonight we got to see just why.
Yeah, so it was a great show here from Milwaukee. But coming up just next week, actually, let's take a look at what the upcoming schedule is going to look like here for the Irocs. We're going to head to Kansas just next Wednesday night here for round number 6. It's going to be a great time at Kansas. That always puts on a great show. But a lot of drivers are looking 2 weeks in advance already. They're looking to head to the Watkins Glen International Speedway. That's going to be, it's a road course race, fans. That's right. We're going to take these bad boys. We're going to stop just making the left-hand turns. We're going to see who can turn right the fastest. That's coming up in just 2 weeks' time. Then we're going to head to the little 1 mile track in Richmond, Virginia to do a little more short track racing action like you saw here tonight. Then we head to the big track from Kentucky in just 4 weeks' time. Those are your 4 upcoming races coming up here for the Salt Flat Iroc series. But that's going to about do it here from the Milwaukee Mile. Take a quick gander here. There's your top 18, your Comics and Coffee standings after this one. That is how they're actually, let's pull the right one up for you here, race fans. There we go. There's the race results, not your qualifying results. Cole A, Jordan Smith, Cody Levitt, Griffith, Bergner rounding out the top 5 with Johnson, Mathis, Poston, Bromley, and Bennett your top 10. That's how they all came across the line here tonight in Milwaukee. But for everybody from the Salt Flat Iroc series, the Salt Flat Racing League, and the Turn 3 Racing Network on board with them, I'm Roger Muth. That was Greg O'Berry. We got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight on the Wednesday night. We'll catch you next Tuesday night when the Draft Top Progression Series heads back onto the Speedway. Till then, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we can't wait to see you back on the Turn 3 Racing Network.